on siitä kiva, että tässä näytetään tämmöisillä sankarihahmoillakin elämä ja
No niin.
niinku menneisyys oikea sana.
Näissä seikkailupeleissä on vähän enemmän semmosia syvempiä juttuja. Make it till you break it. Pitääkö työntää pyllystä ylös?
Okay, let's go, kiddo. Another day, another page. A new day in Vagen.
Ehkä se kävi pesulla tässä
I must
välissä.
take the tram to that music academy where Dana Rose was a student in the 1930s. With a bit of luck, they'll have kept her records.
Otettu mukaan näitä juttuja. Tähän tulee varmaan jotain lisää asioita. Näin kun muistaa, tässä on nämä kuvatukset ja... kirjaa.
Demoiselle Lenny told me the music academy is near the musical square. Maybe Frau Wagner can tell me more.
Tällä kertaa päästä ulos täällä sille heti mitään, eikä arvota 5 tuntia pääsee ulos.
Oh, hello, Miss...
Hello, Miss...
Miss Walker. Did you sleep all right?
Fine, thanks.
Now, is there anything you need?
Do you have cocaine?
Everything seems to link the person I'm looking for with the Second World War and the rise of the Brown Shadow.
Terrible times were those, my dear. Especially when Vagen was occupied after the annexation of Ostertal. Thank God I was born just after the liberation.
I see. But I guess you had to grow up with the after effects of those events.
Oh yes, dear. There was a kind of conspiracy of silence where everyone suspected each other, even their close friends. Did any of them collaborate with the enemy? And if so, was it through like-mindedness or simple cowardice? Were they responsible in one way or another for the arrest or death of a family member?
I must have been awful.
A terrible time, really.
Well, the person I'm looking for is from the same generation.
You'll just have to hope she managed to survive the madness then.
I went to the Silberspiegel Refuge yesterday. Oh, magnificent.
I won't disagree with that, Miss Walker. Those mountains are the pride of the town, just like old Lenny.
Lenny is highly respected in Vagen because she was a resistance fighter during World War II, right? Well, I heard about it when I was at the refuge.
Lenny Renner might be a grumpy old spinster, but to us she's still a heroine. Pity the same can't be said of her father, though.
Paljonhan sä sitten pelkkä kokainia kysyy,
Everyone has
mutta
their
heroinia
cross to
löytyy.
bear, as they say.
What do you mean?
No point gossip mongering. The war was a dark time in Vagen for everyone, see? Best not stir up old memories.
I'd like to go to the music academy. Can you tell me how to get there?
You just need to take the tram northbound to the musical square.
Is there anything I should know about the academy?
To tell the truth, it's a little glum nowadays. Especially when you think it was once the jewel of the town, where students came from all over the world to perform on the musical square, you know. Pity. It's since lost its panache of old through lack of students and means.
Well, I guess I should get going. Thank you for your time, Frau Wagner.
Feel free to ask if you have any more questions.
Täällä jossain se on.
Oli. Gasthof on vierasmaja.
Lasinen toi.
Oh.
Kickenväg.
Ylös. Se oli hyvällä paikalla tohon. Ei kun ei, se ei ollutkaan tää musiikkipysäkki. Piti mennä sinne musiikkisquareille. Väärä ratikka. Pitäis mennä tonne.
Sillä pääs tosta. Ratikat se sano.
Niin sano. Mut mä ajattelin, että siellä on joku toinen ratikkapysäkki.
Eikä tää on tuffien design. Kaikilta pysäkiltä pääsee jokaisen pysäkille.
Ne saa muualla, siis ne saa Helsingissäkin, mutta saattaa joutua vaihtamaan muutama.
Ei, kun pääsee yöllä. Kaikilla ratikoilla pääsee samaan paikkoihin. Onne ei pyörätuolin kanssa mennä. Eikä
Ei.
lasten rattailla.
Siksi se Leni ei lähde sieltä
Se voi olla.
talosta tota.
Taas oli mä. Missä sen tuo? Immobilien. Villien.
En tiedä.
Nobody knows the meaning of that. Siinä on immeisiä muitakin.
Oh.
Kyllä polkupyörä pystyy keskelle.
Aika ikävää.
No on tosi. Tänne
Näkövamma sille vähän hankala.
Täällä ei selkeästi pidetä
Ei.
rajoitteista.
Looks like this district has been more modernized than the antique shop district.
Eikö me käyty tällä?
Emme tällä ole käyty täällä.
Niin, ehkä me ei olla
Tässä
tällä
se olisi
käyty.
kauppa.
Ja tuonne meni se.
Hei, Oskar.
No niin. Tuosta Oscarista tulee mieleen C-3PO.
Put me down!
Oscar?
that you can't catch it!
Don't you dare! Put it down! Right now!
All right then.
Oscar!
Hyötiäisoskari.
All right?
I had a bit of a bumpy ride, but I am glad to see you, Kate Walker.
Oscar. Oh, I've missed you so much.
I say, this display of emotion is most unreasonable, Kate Walker. I do hope you don't plan such profusion every time I change bodies.
It's just that I've been worrying about you. Where were you, Oscar?
Well, the mechanical instinct of my host took me
Ja
for a
sattuukin
ride
olemaan
all across
tota,
town. It took me the
viehityksen
whole night to
muistomerkin
tame it,
edessä.
and that's when I
Wow.
bumped into those little rascals.
Yeah, lucky I was in the area, huh?
Quite. So,
Joo,
Kate
se
Walker,
tarinakuva.
what has happened since we parted at the Balaton River?
Maybe we should just sit down for a second, Oscar. This might take a while.
Tuli syksy. Taitaa olla jo syksy.
And that's when Demoiselle Lenny gave me the address of the Music Academy in this neighborhood.
I see, Kate Walker.
You must think I'm crazy, huh? Running after that girl, Dana, who must have died ages ago.
Well, Kate Walker, you know I have difficulty understanding illogical thought patterns. But in the end, what I do understand is that you need to find her. Is that correct, Kate Walker?
Yes, that is correct, Oscar. I'm glad you're taking it so well.
I don't see any fundamental difference between crossing Europe in search of mammoths, travelling on ostriches in an irradiated zone, or following your double. These are not things an automaton such as I take into consideration.
Any other thoughts, Oscar?
Well, I guess I could ask you where we are heading, but truth be told, it doesn't really matter. I will follow you wherever you lead, and for as long as you require my services, Kate Walker. That's what an automaton does.
Thank you, Oscar.
Oh dear, I hope you're not going to become physical, are you?
No, I was just going to give you a pat on the
Physical.
back.
I would rather you refrain from having such thoughts. I am not a dog, you know. Whatever next?
Anyway, we'd better get going, Oscar, and you'd better keep out of sight.
Oh dear, I don't suppose I have any choice.
Yli leikattu, että se ei näkynyt, kun se pistää taskuun ja sanoi animoida sitä.
Mhm.
I'm so glad he's back.
Is it really necessary for me to be shut up in here, Kate Walker?
Sorry, Oscar, but I don't want to run the risk of losing you again.
Se oli sen Danan sukun.
Yritin katsoa, mutta en löytänyt sitä tuolta.
Victims of the genocide committed by the fascists during the Second World War. Oh, so many deaths. I hope
No,
Dana
tossa
made it through.
kauhean monta.
No ei.
Anteeksi nyt vaan, mutta
Ehkä se on tämän kaupungin osa.
se voi olla tämän kaupungin osana.
Tässähän se oli jossain se.
Se oli.
Siinä on se on. Vaan.
Täytyy olla hänen.
Mm. Ei tullut tautussa siitä, että löysi sen
Tuli.
Joutsenin.
Joo. Heti.
Ja tässä se niiden vanhempia. Ja tässä seisoo ne tyypit silloin.
Joo.
Että ne kauppa on ihan tietää, että kertoa. Tässä on kuin taulukauppa, mutta
Se oli mun mielestä tämän tien niin siellä Tää meni sinne sieltä.
Tuot soittojutusta vasta.
Niin.
Onhan se ihan muualla.
Strange. I can't open it like this. It looks like it's been mechanically sealed.
Takana.
I
Where's
only know
Sergei?
Dana as a waitress at the refuge, and yet everything seems to fit with her here. Not hard to imagine her coming here to the music academy to study. And who knows, maybe Leon waited for her outside one day as a surprise after returning from his Baltayar expedition.
Pitää lähteä Pariisiin.
Mm.
Wow. Pity I don't have time for some sightseeing.
Tai noit portaat pitkin päässyt ylös.
No se pikkiopisto.
Oh, valkissa.
On sen näköinen, ettei ihan parhaimmassa kunnossa.
Joo. Lighthead.
Fiction notice.
All these letters. They look like letters of formal notice. They probably haven't been paying the bills for some time.
Kontrafagatti! Jumalauta, tollasessa paikassa kantu ihan niinku
So
Tyhjellään
that's the
oleva
famous
kontrafagatti.
Vaughan Music Academy? It's not what I was expecting.
sattuu.
Tässä siinä on.
On harvinainen ja toi, tai siis kallis soi. Tolleen vaan hylätty.
Tää on 2005, se on yli 20 vuotta sitten. No ei
Eiks
yli.
tossa ole mitään
Nykyaikainen laite. Tämä on ok. täällä jostain numeroa tosta.
It looks like the rector is desperate to reduce the costs of running the academy. Guten Tag!
What now?
Oh,
If you're from the council, you can come back when I'm not so busy.
Oh, sorry, you startled me.
So, now what do you want? Council minion?
I'm not from the council. I'm just a visitor here. I came because I was hoping to look at the file of a student from the 1930s.
Oh. I'm sorry, It's just that I haven't time for digging up old files from 70 years ago. I have way too much to do here, you understand.
I can tell you're a little overwhelmed. Where's the rest of the staff? Or maybe a student could show me.
You are standing in front of the rector, and the only employee of this academy. My name is Maximilian Mahler, and it falls upon me to manage everything on the premises. The maintenance, the archiving, and the lot before we close next month. So, if you don't mind...
I'm very sorry to hear that the academy is closing, and I can see you're extremely busy, but I've come such a long way to see it. I'd be so grateful if you could locate it. It's really important to me.
And so is this place important to me, too. And I would love to hear the mechanical orchestra play one last time before the academy closes. But, alas, I can't, can I? Unless,
Unless what?
well, you know.
All right, then. So if I get the mechanical orchestra going, you'll get me that file, right?
Oh, of course, Fraulein.
Pitää sitä osaa soittaa sitä vaan noin vaan.
Ehkä se korjaa sen.
Okay, I'll give it a try. Believe it or not, I have seen mechanisms like the one on the square before.
Well, in that case, I promise to give you the file.
Ja siellä on
in return for your
purkkaa ja
time.
purkkapapereita työnnetty
Thanks.
kaikkiin rakosiin. Ja...
But I must warn you that the square has undergone some transformations over the years, and some parts of the mechanism may be difficult to get to.
Don't worry, I'll make myself thin and slide between the cracks.
You'll find some of them scattered around the square, and some of the others you'll find in the clock tower. Now, if you'll excuse me for a second.
What are you...
Now, what is the name of that student you're interested in?
Rose. Dana Rose.
And what were the years she attended our illustrious academy?
In the 30s. 1937, to be precise.
Oh, and here it is.
That was
Here
fast.
you will find the annual inspection reports of the mechanisms by Frau Beckmann.
Frau Beckmann?
She was the rectress of the academy during the years you spoke of. These are from 1937. You see, I have a marvelous memory regarding archives. This is why I have chosen Frau Beckmann's, because there's something in here regarding that Edna Droz you spoke of.
Dana Rose.
Quite. You will also find some sheet music with annotations. This is the Hymn of Wagen, which you must play on the piano on the square in order to activate the orchestra of automatons. Once you have fixed the mechanisms, of course. All right then, here you go. What are you waiting for?
Nyt oli kyllä koko päiväksi tekemistä.
Oh.
This sheet music corresponds to the piano part for the Hymn of Wagen. Someone's added annotations. They could help me play the hymn on the piano on the square, like the rector asked me to.
Et kyllä todellakaan soita tollasta biisiä, niin se et oo koskaan. Siellä on, ei ollut.
I wonder what it's supposed to represent.
Tää on joku autoplay juttu. Niin, nimenomaan.
The report that the rectoress of the academy filled in with the help of Dana back in the 30s. According to the present rector, I should find all the information I need to repair the mechanisms on the square. Music Academy Inspection Report, October 12th, 1937.
Today, I was due to inspect the musical mechanisms that enable students to give a public display of their talent and enable us to showcase the quality of our teaching to the people of our beautiful town. Like every year, I needed a volunteer from our students to help me during the inspection, and this year's choice was obvious.
I'm fine, really.
Well, you're looking off colour, darling, and on edge.
No, it's just that I haven't heard from Leon since he left with the Origin expedition from Kantar. And also,
Well, we've got company. You'll tell me later,
Pregnant,
Dada,
cool.
darling. Meantime, be good and stay safe.
You too, Yunta.
Is everything all right? You look
Tässä
under the
oli
weather.
junta.
We don't want one of our best and brightest to fall ill now, do we?
Thank you for asking, Frau Beckmann, but I'm just a little tired, that's all.
And who was that lady?
Just a friend I met this summer.
You do keep some surprising company, Fraulein Rose. Anyway, I have something for you that will take your mind off things.
Oh?
Would it interest you to see the mechanisms that enabled you to perform so brilliantly here last spring?
That would be wonderful.
Good. Come and join me at the kiosk
Kun
when you
taas
have a
men-
moment. But don't be too long, though.
Lähtee aikakautta. No. Kova pesti kiinnostunut.
Come and see, Fraulein.
Incredible.
Isn't it just? You see these flags?
Ja tätä pitää säätää
Each
tietyllä
mechanism
tavalla.
housing for each musical automaton on the square is represented by one of these flags.
Fascinating.
Today is the day they are being serviced. Each mechanism has been inspected by an Academy maintenance man. In theory, they're all functional. But if you like, you can go and see these maintenance men on my behalf and fetch back their respective reports. You would be doing me a big favor, as I have to inspect the piano in the kiosk. And also, it will give you a chance to take a peek at each of the automaton mechanisms.
Thank you very much for choosing me for this task, Frau Beckmann, but why me?
Consider it a reward for being one of the best students of the Academy. And it looks to me like you need something to take your mind off your worries. Now, take this. You'll need it to open the maintenance room that leads to the most impressive mechanism of all, that of the clock tower.
Thank you, Frau Beckmann.
Do you have any questions before you go?
No.
I'll go and see the maintenance team.
Good. Thank you, Fraulein.
Roilain. ärsyttää se, että noi ei osaa sanoa niinku yhtä sanaa, joka tulee tosi usein.
According to Frau Beckmann, it opens the maintenance room just next to the clock tower.
Nyt voidaan taas hinkuttaa.
No niin, arvasin. Hinkuttaa. Pääsisikin vielä.
Vaikka jos on sellainen kummikanna.
You can tell, Frau Beckman, this automaton still works correctly, but it's so filthy that it won't last long. It's going to take me the whole day to give it a good clean if it's to get past winter.
I can hardly believe I held my concert here just 6 months ago. 6 months. Seems like a lifetime. So much has happened. Meeting Leon for a start. It would be so good if you were here now. I love receiving his letters since he left to Baltair with the Origin expedition. The way he described Kantar, the capital, made it sound like a city from a dream. We've said so much on paper. And I love to read between the lines. But since the expedition left Kantar for the mountains, no news. I just hope he's okay. The maintenance man said it was functional. I shouldn't touch it.
C. Tälle mystisivulle, kun...
Joo, ei se. Tulee eri värisiä kyniä, niin voisi merkata aina eri värisiä asioita. Tai siis niinku eri...
Kiel.
So you're the one Frau Beckman sent, are you? Well, you can tell her there's no problem with this automaton. Just needs cleaning up and a bit of oiling. Have a gander at the mechanism if you like.
Just did. Toisessakin pitäisi katsoa mekanismia. Ei tässä ole vaan tää ukko edes.
Vaihdat sä nyt keittiä ja menet tohon, katsot, että missä kohtaa toi oli.
Niin.
Tässä.
Good point.
Looks like the rector was right, Oscar. I should be able to find the mechanisms he wants me to repair by following the circuit Dana described in the report.
Se on toinen
Still need to be accessible to us today.
Toinen kontrafagatti.
Glad to see you haven't lost any of your legendary optimism, my...
No, keski-eurooppalaiset musiikkiopistot siellä.
Rahat loppuu, niin...
No, mutta toi on kuitenkin silleen, no okei, se, jos se on maannut aulassa ilman koteloa pitkään, niin kyllä sit silti useamman tonnin sais.
I don't think they mentioned this code in the report.
Tästä ei ollut tää. Kauan. Oliko se tää?
Ei, kun olisi toi seuraava. Kohan ei päässyt tutkimaan. Tälläkin saattaa olla kova. Pitää inventoida.
Niin.
Hetkonen.
Rehtorin raportti on.
Kämäkin roaming.
Vai rehtorin...
The report that the rectoress of the academy filled in with the help of Dana back in the 30s. According to the present rector, I should find all the information I need to repair the mechanisms on the square.
Tommonen niin... Täällä on.
No.
Tuohon koodiin. Tutkitaanpa sitä. Bömbel. Ehkä sun pitää tästä vielä.
Musta on ollut kuin yksi. Täytyy olla pikkasen eri paikassa. Ai eri. Voisi tässäkin. Oh.
Näet sä tästä, että mikä se koodi on? 973. Eikä olihan se 3 se vika. Oli.
Melkein oli joku numero oikeassa kohdassa. Ei se
Joo.
nyt kuitenkaan.
Noniin, CGDA. Oikein se C. Se on vaan 3 liian ylhäällä. Jos sä sen pihviet sen A. Saat sä vedettyä näitä niinku alas?
In hotspot.
Pitäis saada toi C tosta sieltä ensin. Tai niinku... Noin liikutet. Tossa on joku toinen piste.
No. Kassamassa.
Ahaa, niin se on.
Tää kulkee jotenkin ylöspäin alaspäin.
Aha.
Something's wrong.
Yes, I know.
Oh, what's wrong?
Tossa ei oo semmoista.
Mitä?
Entä vaikka liikkuis ylös alas? Kompas.
Yksi ylöspäin. Eiku joo, se oli äsken. Joo. Itse asiassa pistä siihen.
Päätäpä sinä, kun sulla on siinä joku ajatus. Sulla on kestää niin paljon näitä sanojen muodostamisessa, että...
No itse asiassa pitää tää CV ottaa viimeisenä, koska nyt sä et saa tota tuolta haettua. Se pitää hakea tohon.
Ei.
Tätä saa.
Se pitää kytkeä sinne. Toisesta. Eikö se toisesta?
Mistä toista?
Siitä.
Tällä on vaan pyöritetty. Mä osaan. Mä en tiedä miten laitetaan.
Minäkään.
Eihän tää... Eikö toi ei pääse... Ton pitäisi nyt saada toi jälkimmäinen paketti tostakin. Sitä pitäisi saada kiinni. Ja liikuttaa se ihan alas. pidemmälle. Toinen meni pidemmälle.
Mikä tämän pitää tulla?
Siitä pitää tulla G ja sitten se pitää tulla pistää ihan alas. Sä et pääse siihen.
No joo, mutta kun...
Kato,
tässä on pitkä.
Niin on. Hetkonen, tuolla on 3. Tuollakin on 2.
Mä en tiedä mikä se kuvio on, mikä tämän pitää ajatella, että mä oon täysin sinun varassa. Ja mikä noissa merkeistä on nyt se? Yeah.
Otappa tästä nämä 3.
2 näitä on tässä.
No, otan ne 2.
No. Epämääräät nää.
Ja vie ton alemman sen viereen.
Tänään tulee A tänne ylös.
Silti. Yritetään ne sit vaiha tämä rodi tähän rodiin.
Ja miksi mä en tästä tätä vielä tänne ylös? Tähän tulee se A.
No, joo, okei. Teen niin. Se on 1 alempana. Yritä siihen A. On siellä lopussa. Otan ne 2 jäljelle jäävää. Ja vie ne tonne ihan alas. Ja tässä C sinne. Itse asiassa, no, pyörää tässä silleen, että siihen tulee G.
Mihin?
Tähän tulee G. Lopussa. 1 taaksepäin. Nosta. Eikö se on nyt oikein?
No yhdistää.
Aina kun toi ei riitä tonne. Millä sä saat nää niinku vaihdettua toista? Katoppa sitä Danalta.
Vähän eri järjestyksessä. Täällä on G ja... Se on ihan eri paikassa.
En mä tiedä.
Se oli tässä meillä äsken. En tiedä, onko toisesta taulusta sitten eri juttu, mutta...
Niin. Taulu se oli ja ihan samalla paikalla ne mun mielestä on.
Ei oo, kun se on täällä ylhäällä.
No se on 1 alemmassa.
Tää epämääräinen pyörittää. Se menee alas.
Toi pois, tämä pois.
Pois.
Koska niin ne oli ja tossa äskenkin. Tämä
ei ole kiinni.
Ne ei ollut kiinni, vaan tää C ja A oli kiinni.
Well played, Kate Walker. You seem to be on the right track to successfully completing the service the Rector asked of you.
Thanks, Oscar. But I still have to find the other mechanisms.
Katsoppa mitä se mies sanoo sulle siitä seuraavasta toisesta.
Ne sanoo, että se on kaikki kunnossa.
Niin, mutta pystytkö sä katsomaan, että mikä se kaikki kunnossa asetus on?
Ei pysty.
Pystyykö sit näkee edes sitä koodia?
Nyt sä nyt pois siitä. Ei olekaan. Tuskin on sama koodi. Se on se muistelukohta. Oh. Really? Tää on kyllä kehno, että ei pysty sitä skippaamaan. Pystyisin. Ehkä sen yhden kerran näytti, sitten toisen kerran pystyy.
Mm. Mulla joku piste oli siellä kauempana Dana.
On varmasti paljonkin pystynyt, mutta kun me käyty katsomassa.
Given the condition of that door, it should give way if I force it a bit.
Impossible, Kate Walker. Such an act is illegal.
Let's just hope that no police come by here.
Yay.
Something's
Ah,
wrong.
boom.
The connection between this mechanism and the other ones on the square seems to be operational. Looks like a part is missing.
Löydy. Ei tässä ei tarvitse tietää sitä koodia, vaan se.
Ei, kun se oli se.
Miksi tosiaan voi mitään merkki, mitkä on käynyt jo läpi?
Sorry.
Niin pitäisi muuttuu valo tai jotain, että se on joku tsekattu jo.
Mhm.
Älä huudu. Tuo näyttää, se olisi tuolla takana.
Niin näyttää.
Seuraavaksi se kellotorni sitten.
Yksi pala tosta katelta. Syömistä.
It's locked.
Eitillä ei ole kyllä avain. Hyvä, tuliko se sinne paketissa?
Hey, careful what you're doing here, right? Don't go and injure yourself or damage any of the material.
Mitä sä tuot Keitin tänne nyt?
Ei se pääse tänne, kun täällä on ovi lukossa.
That brand was everywhere in New York when I left. And now they've even got branches here. Looks locked. I can't go in.
Seikkaat jostain muusta talosta. Se on niinku Starbucks. Niin sä menet tänne näin. Hän lähtee haahuille kyllä.
According to the report, we can access the clock tower mechanism through this building. In what today? Guten Tag.
Guten Tag, Fräulein. What can I do for you?
Again.
There are a lot of tourists on the square.
Ei kovin paljon kyllä ollut.
It attracts thousands of customers every year. A veritable boon for us retail shops.
Passiivista porukkaa.
And for the people of the town, too?
I wouldn't know about that. I live on the outskirts, as do most of the people. What with the rents being as high as they are here, you know?
How come the square is so well known?
Because of the mechanical orchestra there. It used to be quite the attraction. Every year the Academy's best student would play along with it, as did renowned musicians from around the world.
Oh, that sounds intriguing. Is it scheduled to play today?
I'm afraid not.
Tässä on
Several
otettu
years
50
back, the
vuotta.
town council discussed computerizing it. But the plan never went through, and no one has ever heard its music since.
Korjataan se mikäli rikki.
Do you know anything about the Vagan Music Academy?
It's the large building across the square there. Used to be quite renowned worldwide, actually.
But not anymore?
Well, from what I gather, hardly anyone studies there nowadays. I wouldn't be surprised if it were closed.
Well, what happened?
Budget cuts from the town council, I guess. The academy can't be very lucrative.
I see. Thank you. I should go now.
Auf Wiedersehen, Fräulein. Come back again.
The spare parts for the automatons on the square.
I just come down from the tower. You can tell Frau Beckman everything's in order up there. The mechanism's in perfect condition.
According to what the maintenance guy told Dana, there should be an access to the clock tower somewhere in the room.
Oh, I've already checked over everything upstairs. There's no point you going up there.
That elevator Dana tried to take, it leads to the clock tower. We need to find it, Oscar.
Oskari menee... Pääsee pujahtaa jonnekin. Ei kun se Oskari pujahtaa tosta.
Ah, Fräulein. So, anything else I can help you with?
Well,
Go to bathroom.
I need to get to the back room of the shop.
This shop?
Yes, if you don't...
I'm sorry, but it's strictly forbidden to the public. Besides, why would anyone want to go back there?
Well, it seems that the back room has the only access to the clock tower, which is where I need to get.
I'm sorry, but it's against company rules. I can't allow it, Fräulein.
Okay, thanks anyway.
Bastard.
Okay, I need to find another way in.
Joshua. Tietää sen